round 2 at the European Championships, FFG European Championships 2019. Let's move on over to this screen and we get a quick look at the list that you've already had a sneak peek of. Thank you for joining us as things get underway. 59 of you. So at one side of the table we've got Kohl from Graz, it's Austria. I forgot. I had some issues updating it. You have to give me a minute here. And he's playing Guri with Predator and Advanced Sensors. IG-88A with Predator, Advanced Sensors, Ion Cannon, Tractor Beam and IG-2000. And Lando Calrissian with IG-88D. Giving him that ability of IG-88A at the start of the engagement phase. You may choose one friendly ship with Calculate on its action bar at range 1 to 3. If you do, transfer one of your Calculate tokens to it. Okay. An advanced droid brain. After you perform a Calculate action, gain 1 Calculate tokens. It gets double our Calculates, right? I get it. Okay. And Lando Calrissian, let's have a look at that. After you roll dice, if you are not stressed, you may gain 1 stress token to roll all of your blank results. To re-roll all the blank results. And the co-pilot, while you are docked, but that's not important. Guri is at the beginning of the engine phase, gets to gain a stress token for if there's any ships at range 0 to 1. And she's got Predator to re-roll a blank die and Advanced Sensors to give her extra actions before she moves. And they're already off. Look at that, huh? On the other side of the table, we've got from Basingstoke in the United Kingdom, Ed Gold, and he's playing Rick Ollie with the Predator and R2 Astromech. Rick Ollie, while you defend or perform a primary attack, if the speed of your maneuver is higher than the enemy ships, roll 1 additional attack die. Obi-Wan Kenobi, after a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 spends a focus token, you may spend 1 force token. If you do, that ship gains 1 focus token. The fine-tuned controls give them the ability to spend force and do extra boosts and barrel rolls. Calibrated laser targeting on Obi-Wan, and Anakin Skywalker with R2 Astromech to regenerate shields, spare parts canisters, sense, and Delta 7B title. So it's a pretty standard list on the right side of the table. Very common lately. Let me double check I've got all my stuff set up more or less the way I want it. I'm on the chat. I can see you all on there. And IG on stream. I saw the IG. I said IG time. It's been a while since I've seen IGs. Let's have that on. And yeah, everything seems to be going pretty well so far. Hey, how did you doing? 1-1. 1-1. Oh, all right. Okay. But yeah, it's going really good. The right I'm watching right now is IG. I'm that table there. IG, Lando, and Guri against Rick Ollie, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. So it's going well. You guys are playing tomorrow, right? Cool. Best of luck, man. Okay. How long have you got now before your next game? 20 minutes. Do you want to sit down for a bit, have a chat? I've not put the timer on yet. That's got to be about 1:05 it'll be. I can see. No, I can't see it from here. Oh yeah, okay, on 1:05. Okay. And we'll put 1 hour on there and we'll start the clock. So I'm joined by Tom Reed. Tom Reed, you played in the Dutch team at XTC yesterday.
Yeah, certainly did.
How was that for you?
Awful lot of fun, really good.
What made you choose the Dutch team? Any particular reason, or just because that was where there was a slot?
Where there was a slot, I didn't get picked for England.
Oh.
But me and Farn met at Worlds in 2016.
Yeah, of course.
And he invited me in and said, "Do you fancy?" And I was like, "Certainly do."
And of course.
So yeah, so it's great to get some games.
Yeah.
I missed out last year, so 2 years since I've done it.
Yeah, you didn't play last year. You didn't play much at all, did you?
No, very little.
What was the reason behind that?
I had a daughter. She's 15 months old now.
Oh, I remember this. I remember you posting about this.
Yeah, so that sort of took away quite a lot of the gaming time.
Yeah, I can guess.
But yeah, it's been good, and now I'm just starting to find my feet with a bit of X-Wing again, which is lovely.
Yeah, with second edition and the changes and stuff like that.
It's big changes actually. For myself from a personal perspective, it's huge changes.
Yeah, I mean, and for example, for me, my big problem is that I got to the point where I had everything so memorized with first edition that now I doubt myself about second edition. I keep thinking, is that the way it works, or is it how it would work before? It's kind of like when they used to fax something and it would be like completely flipped, and it was like then you'd have people that were confused, like, well, which way was it? I don't remember. I don't remember if it was the way it was. You knew there were two ways of doing it, and you don't remember which one was the right way anymore.
I had a perfect example yesterday, to be honest. It cost me a game.
Yeah?
I was playing against Chewy and the 4 pods.
Mm-hmm.
Really good game. I engineered a position with Poe to kill Chewy.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise at all that Chewy got a revenge shot when he died.
Yeah.
Which I think is the opposite of how it used to be.
Yeah, in first edition, he used to be able to, when he was in the Resistance version of Chewie, he was able to fire when somebody else died.
But now he died as well, and it meant he blew up my Poe.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that.
yeah, I can imagine. Anyway, we've got here a pretty standard list for second edition at these days, with the Rick Ollie, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Anakin Skywalker facing off for something a little bit different. IG, we've not really seen too much of these days.
Little.
Yeah, IG with the Predator, Advanced Sensors, Ion Cannon Tractor Beam, and IG 2000 title, meaning that ability that the IG-88A has, which, if I remember rightly, is once again, the IG-88s are another bit that you've got to remember, because there were 4 abilities before, and now there's another 4 abilities. I think it's the one where he regens shields, right? IG-88.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to help you out with the IG abilities.
At the start of right, you get a free calculate. You can give a free calculate token to another ship.
Okay.
Right. And then he's got IG-88D on Lando, which means that Lando would be able to give another free calculate to the IG-88, and IG-88's got that droid brain that gives him 2. Yeah. And the ability and the same ability, so it means that's why Lando's getting 2 calculates and passing focuses around.
It's become quite condensed quite quickly.
Yeah, they came in at full throttle. And I think,
especially if a big player might try and spread this game out a little bit wider.
Yeah, well, I think what's happened here is that the Jedi are seeing they're coming up against Guri and IG are pretty agile ships, and so they want to try and out-agile them and not give them the ability to take space on the board. So anyway, firing. Anakin fires 3 hits. And he gets 3 evades.
So we'll do Rick first.
Rick Ollie.
Sorry, Guri.
Firing on the IG.
With Predator active. I went
Do you know how fast the IG
so
went?
I get extra
What?
dice.
Do you know how fast the IG went?
No.
You get an extra dice.
But I'm guessing Rick went much faster
Yeah.
because of how
Right,
far
right.
across the board he is.
Yeah.
One speed.
Okay, so when you make a higher speed, it's
Yeah, he did a 1 speed and Rick did a 4 speed.
Okay.
So 4 dice, gets a hit, a focus, and a blank. Rerolled for Predator, gets another blank, so spends the focus or
Not
not.
sure.
It's not exactly a great roll against an IG.
I think I'd just keep the focus.
No, I'm not going to spend it.
Not going to spend
He
it.
agrees.
Yeah, and rolls 2 evades anyway. Obi-Wan firing range 2. On Guri, got the bullseye arc for extra focus and gets a hit. And there you've got 1 evade, 1 focus.
take one shoot.
Takes 1 shield on the IG rather than spend the focus. Now, not 2, 1. So Paul gets the opportunity to fire back, starting with Guri. Blank, blank, hit, and then something behind the N1 I can't see, but let's look at hit.
Spend the force.
Spends the force to evade 1, and he's safe.
Here.
And there you've got 2 blanks.
You use new dice.
So, and shooting here with the
And now the IG firing on Obi-Wan. Gets a crit and a focus converted. Hit and crit. There's a focus and 2 evades there. No, must be another to spend the focus.
That wasn't a round for red dice, right?
And that was a pretty non-effective round for the most part. IG88 are losing a shield, and that's about it. For that first engagement, and them coming in so close so quickly, expected to see more damage. But
Yeah, certainly.
yeah.
I thought the Republic would put more through then. Engineered a nice move in with Rick.
Yeah.
Probably should have got away with hitting a bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin is title, I presume, so he's getting his 3 dice at range.
It's the title. It's a configuration, isn't it? The
Yeah.
Delta 7B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd have thought that the IG would have come off quite a lot worse than he did there.
Yeah.
Although I think this is quite a difficult move now for the IG.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's all right, mate.
I'm looking at the screen and
I know.
ignoring the mic.
And like you guys move, and so I've got to move
Yeah.
it. The only thing I'd say is never get offended by the fact that I'm moving it. I'll just move it to the best place.
Yeah. I think it's quite a difficult move now for the IG.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's a good place for him to try and get to. Escaping over the gas cloud to his right, potentially.
It's probably his best option. Maybe even Segnal's loop, right?
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
But he's going to move before Anakin, and a Segnal's loop might have him bump Anakin. Maybe.
I think if he goes right, I think he'll be okay.
It takes a hard turn across the gas cloud, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so advanced
Trying to
sensors
go
are
into that
calculate.
gap.
He's going to try and squeeze himself into the middle of everything. Oh, right behind. Oh, and that's not.
That'll be nice.
If it works.
That's good.
Yeah, man. Okay.
That's a nice move there.
And it fit in perfectly between those 3 ships. Lando creeps forward 1. Focuses, so gets the other one for the advanced droid brain. Damn it, my throat.
How long have you been here? Have you been
I arrived.
looking at any of the other X-Wing?
I was here yesterday streaming.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I got to see plenty of Republic and Jedis and stuff
Yes.
like that yesterday in hyperspace.
We saw a lot of it at the XTC as well.
Yeah.
A lot of Republic. Especially this list.
Yeah.
Some combination of Jedi and Rick.
Yeah. I saw a good one yesterday, which had 3 N1s and 3 Torrent bombers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
The Gold Squadron Troopers had nothing on them, but it was like Padme, Dine, and Rick Ollie in the M1s, and they did pretty well. They lost the game in the last minute, but like it was a pretty good game. It was a fun game.
There was a bit of the 4 Jedi, which was quite cool.
Yeah, with the
calibrated laser.
Yeah.
And
speaking of which,
the one that only lets you roll as many defense dice as there are hits and crits showing.
Yeah.
That was quite cool.
Don't worry about it. I just suddenly realised you remind me about calibrated laser, and that shows up twice on the screen because it's 2 upgrade slots.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is just narrow it down so it only does one slot.
Once, yeah.
There we go, done. Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
So Guri kind of slotting into the middle there as well. And boosting.
So is it 6 rounds today? 5 and 1?
6 rounds, 5 and 1 to go through to the top on Sunday.
Cool.
We've got 147 players, giving us, I think it was 14 or 16? 16 go through.
16
assuming normal distribution of results, yeah?
Fine-tuned boosts.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and Anakin fine-tuned boosts.
And we'll take a lock on Guri.
And target locks Guri.
Interesting. I think it'll be quite hard to nail Guri down as well.
I don't know, from the position he's in, it looks like Guri's going to try and pursue Rick Ollie or Obi-Wan.
Yeah, sweep back into the left.
Exactly, you can kind of like
try and cut him off.
Hourglass it and make sure that he's not just there by himself.
Try and cut him off just before that
Yeah.
debris cloud in the top left-hand corner.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So Guri firing on Rick Ollie. 1 hit.
3, right? 3 nice. Speed. Guri do speed 3? What speed Guri do? 1. 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, 3 dice.
So 3 evade dice. Gets focus, 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 I think is what's got there.
Yeah.
Spends the focus.
Here is nothing.
Oh shit, that's us being called.
Okay.
Sorry.
Good luck.
Cheers, man.
Okay.
I'm slower than you, then you have 3. And at the same speed. So
2 ice.
Okay, and they're back to dials. I might have to dash off and get a drink. I would go to get a drink, but it's going to take me at least 10 minutes to go get one and come back. And there's going to be combat this round, so I don't really want to miss it.
this was the FFG. Sorry for that. So these blues are.
Oof.
This was not.
Oof.
Sorry for the.
No noise.
Ed Gold did really well in that first game, winning 374 to 26 in round 1. Damn. Okay, I really apologise for the cough. Like I say, I'm doing my best to try and nail it down, but I don't want to leave right now. I got an idea though.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so IG's off, bumps into the back of Guri after pulling off a one bank, I guess. Yeah, one bank to the right. Lando, 3 banks to the left.
Okay, yeah.
And Rick goes 3 bank to the right, meaning he's going faster than IG right now. Yeah, but for where he is, he's not going to be involved in this round of combat.
Sky. Get back this way.
There we go. I got a bottle of water from one of the judges to try and help with the throat. Ah!
Fine tunes.
Okay, so Obi-Wan goes boosting off into the far end. Looks like in a bad position, though, to be facing down against Guri. Okay, and Anakin just kind of nudges himself around and boosts forward. And he's in a dangerous position because he's going to take fire from IG, but he wants to try and do some damage on Guri.
Yep.
Start the round, focus. Then you can transfer in here. Transfer token here.
Shit, range 14.
Okay, so Anakin fires, gets 1, 2, a crit, and a focus gets spent with using the Force to make 1, 2, 3 hits and a crit. And he rolls a focus on the evade dice. Gets spent to an evade.
Hit, crit.
So hit, crit on Guri.
Hit.
And that's a fuel
You
leak.
will get an extra damage when I get the crit.
Yeah, you get a crit, yeah.
In here.
Guri fires back, gets 1, 2, Predator's 1 to a blank, spends a calculator, gets 1 on a crit. There's a focus and 2 blanks. Uses the Force, takes hit and a crit on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that's a hull breach.
So you have 2 hours left now.
2 miles left, yeah. Focus, yeah.
Iron cannon on him.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Right, you get 2 hits and a focus there is facing 2 focuses and an evade, so taking 1 damage. And that's a structural damage. No, loose stabilizer, my bad.
What does it mean?
If I do a non-straight maneuver, I die.
Oh. That is really unfortunate.
It is. It's unfortunate, yeah. That's it, yeah?
And they're back to dials. So that's pretty bad for Anakin, or Obi-Wan I should say, sorry, to get the loose stabilizer in the position he's in. Going to be him flying off the board or risking a damage with only 1 hit point left. Okay. Now, here we got Obi-Wan in a position where he's got to do a straight maneuver or take a damage, and so he's dead next turn, right? Because he's going to fly off the board doing a straight maneuver, or if he does a bank maneuver or a turn maneuver, he's going to get his it's going to take 1 damage. So it's not a good position for Obi-Wan to be in. There's a dead Obi-Wan basically. The hull breach was what gave him the face-up damage card. And Rick Ollie kind of disengaged now. This is in his positions that he's got. Rick Ollie's out of the fight for at least the next round. There's not going to be much Anakin's going to be able to do by himself against the 3 ships, and he's basically going to be facing down the IG and the Guri for this next round of combat.
What's the sloop? Is it 3 sloops?
Okay, so Lando takes a 2-turn to the left, red maneuver. Stress. IG 88D slides forward 1 straight and calculates. Ricoli turns to the right at free speed, meaning he's currently got dice advantage on both Lando and IG88, so he could be effective in this round. He's going to close range on IG88 by boosting to the right.
I'll do slowest speed I can do is a 2. So he's gone.
Right?
Yeah. Prove it. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have that 1 straight, so he goes straight off the table with that straight maneuver. Tracks to the structural damage. Loose stabilizer, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And a dead Obi-Wan. Let's take him off the board. Anguri barrel rolls. To the right.
Was close.
Yeah, it was close.
How many points is that Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan is 48. No, that's not 51. 51.
Let's see where.
So
You're actually, yeah. Okay, sorry, I was waiting.
Anakin can end up here.
I missed.
Yeah, you missed it.
Decides to disengage. Okay. I don't know about that. I mean, I get that he wanted to try and fire on IG88 right now, but I guess the best option for him is to disengage, make sure he doesn't get shot at this turn, and well, basically, yeah, if he manages to get Anakin out of IG88's arc, it means
Aggressive.
Paul's not firing
Fine-tuned.
this round. Oh no, but he's going for it. That's
That was really stupid.
an even more interesting position to put himself in.
And he'll take a focus.
Focuses.
So screw that one.
Alright, so what can I do here?
Nothing, yeah.
I will get focus here.
So Guri gets a focus for the ability.
Okay. Then who is shooting?
Rick?
So Rick Ollie's going to fire first, and I think he's going to try for IG.
No, he's not.
He's not got the boat, not got the bullseye arc.
A reroll.
Okay, Predator.
Let's try and strip one of those calculates. Yeah, so just 3 dice into IG.
3 IG.
Yep.
So Rick Ollie fires IG, gets all blanks.
I did 3.
The IG will shoot the iron cannon here.
Yep.
That will be an important shot.
Right.
You got 2 focus results there and a blank. After spending the two calculate tokens, Anakin uses the focus to get 2 evades, and he's back to dials. Okay, so not bad. Could have gone a lot worse there for Ed.
I would have earned now this to kill him that way. That's right.
You want something? Okay, so the dials are going down. Anakin obviously is going to have to do the turn maneuver to the left and pursue Guri. But that's going to make him predictable for IG-88. IG-88 is going to know where he's going to be. He just needs to take a one straight, or maybe even a one bank to the left. Try and cover the possibility of boosts and barrel rolls. Lando takes a 2-turn to the left. Calculates for 2. IG-88 boosts forward. Doesn't boost forward. Takes a 1 straight. Calculates for 2 of them. Rick Ollie gets blocked by IG-88, but in a good position. The problem is that Guri is going to disappear from his arc, and he's not going to get a shot off this round. But at least he won't be taking fire. So Guri turns 1 to the right. Oh, okay, so Anakin, Rick Ollie's going to get a shot. Also, Guri's going to get a shot on Rick Ollie. She's going down, but at least she'll have the... Well, you have to wait and see, because maybe she's also made things more difficult for Anakin. But no, I don't think so. I think Anakin's in a good position there. He's going to get a range 1 shot on Guri, probably take her off the board this turn before she gets an opportunity to fire on Rick Ollie.
Take a focus.
Alright. Start. I'll get a focus.
Okay. So range 1 into Guri.
So Anakin fires on Guri, range 1, gets 1 hit, 2 hits and a crit. Spends the target lock to re-roll the blank. Gets another crit by the looks of it, 2 hits, 2 crits. Rolls 2 focus results. So fuel leak means that she's a dead dodo. She's got weapons disabled, what's it, weapons failure, hull breach and a damage sensor array.
Iron cannon.
So you got 2 focuses become 2 hits and a crit on Anakin. Anakin rolls 2 evades, so takes just 1 shield. Yeah, Anakin got a lucky escape from that round there. But it's worked out pretty favourably for Ed, really. It could have gone a lot worse. He's managed to get through that without taking too much damage. And now he's got to just kind of work on getting Anakin and Rick Ollie to fire on, to get a couple of rounds of fire on IG-88 together, try and wear him down, while Lando's still, unless he's pulling off some fast manoeuvres on the other side of the board.
Got 1 shield Anakin. I don't know why. Right, sorry. I think I regen the shield rather than the force. Sorry. Yeah.
So he regen the shield. Because he thought he was regenerating the force, but no. And we're going. So Lando, free bank across the gas cloud to the left, closing range on Rick, making things a bit more difficult for both ships to concentrate fire on IG-88. IG-88 one turns to the left, trying to block in Anakin there and target locks. Rick, he's got to have gone short, but he didn't. He went free turn to the right, disengaging from IG. Bob.
I'm take a.
Do you win? You want to sit down for a bit?
Anakin. Right, so weapons disable and regen that shield. Go forward. Do you mind? Then he'll fine tunes for a curved boost.
Alright, so getting out of dodge with Anakin after some fast maneuvers and barrel rolling and boosting. He's gained some range from IG-88, but still not out of range. And IG's got that target lock on him, so it's going to be very difficult for him this next round of combat.
So if I roll 2 eyeballs, you can get one through. Because the cloud only changes blanks.
Oh,
So. Okay.
here iron cannon.
Yep.
So 2 hits and a blank. Here comes another blank after the target lock, so just 2 hits.
No, it's a secondary weapon, so just 2 guys. So you wouldn't get range points.
I thought you had to have the little missile icon on the to not get the range bonuses.
No,
Like
you can ask. It's yeah, that's
Judge.
Vince. Just because you're closest.
Your range 3 iron cannon, no range bonus, no extra green die.
As long as you don't have this small rocket here, you get all the bonuses.
So he gets a bonus.
Okay, so
Range 3, it's
You have extra dice on range 1, and he have extra die on range 3.
Okay.
gets 2 free focus results.
Spend the 2 force.
Spends 2 force tokens
To evade it.
to evade, and no damage again. So a lucky result there for
Too many dice.
Ed. Sorry, I had to turn a drink. Are you out already? Okay, so now with the dials in hands, they're IG's not been able to capitalize on having some good opportunities to fire on Anakin for a couple of turns, and Anakin's gradually escaping him.
As an announcement, there will be the lunch break after this round.
Okay,
Please be back in your seats, ready to do round 3 at 2 p.m. Thank you.
done. So after this round, we got 1 hour for lunch, roughly, right? So what time is it now, Bob?
It's now 12:20 local.
12:20, and then there's like half an hour left, so 50 minutes for lunch, right? Oh, I'm sorry, 1 hour 10.
We've got
1 hour
1 hour
10.
40 until the next round. So
Yeah,
2
there's-
o'clock start.
Yeah, so 1 hour 10 for lunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rick Ollie, takes a Talon roll to the right. Now, what you've missed so far, Bob, is Obi-Wan. Wow. Obi-Wan, those Keyforge players, huh? Obi-Wan getting completely destroyed very quickly. And since then, IG's had several turns where he had Anakin in a good position to fire on him, but just wasn't able to put any damage through.
Yeah, those Jedi repositioning, it's so hard to actually get a bead on them if you're lower initiative.
Well, he did. The last 2 turns, he had pretty good shots on Anakin, but they just didn't put any damage through.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
When you line it up, you really want to bring it in.
Yeah. Then you've got here's Anakin firing on the IG.
Oh, that's healthy.
Yeah, that's 1, 2 focuses, a blank, and a hit.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. That's why I'm out.
Re-rolls. And gets 1 hit, and so 2 hits at the end of it.
I took the lock was my action. I just took it off.
2, I said now I roll.
Yeah, 2, yeah.
And he gets 1 evade, 1 focus, spends the focus. No damage. Now, Lando's probably got a range 3 shot on Anakin here. No?
He did a 3, you did a 2?
Yes.
Okay, so Rick Ollie firing on Lando. Rick Ollie did a 2, Lando did a 3. So 2, 1 hit, 1 focus and a blank becomes, and the focus is spent to evade.
Predator and Rick Ollie, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Lando firing on Anakin. 1 crit. And there you've got an evade, so no damage there either. Another pretty much non-consequential round. And just a question now of seeing where they're going to end up in the next phase. Bob, you've joined me. You've won 2 games already?
Yeah, two up so far. I was fortunate to meet players who were experimenting with new lists.
Okay.
And both of them claimed relative inexperience. I'm not sure I believe them, but they were, as I say, experimenting, and it didn't go terribly well for either of them. I've just finished with a 200-0 against 2 silencers, Major Vinder and Gideon Hask. I'm running my XTC list, which is a Bobber Fen with Marauder Bobber with Proxy Mines and Skilled Bombardiers, and Fearless Fen with Leet to do some coordinating.
Okay. Cool.
And he accelerated pretty hard down the right flank, and I managed to range control it pretty well. So the Bobber really did most of the work. But
You were playing against double fire sprays?
no, I was playing against 2 Phantoms,
my bad.
Vinder and Gideon Hask.
Okay, right. I saw the name of your opponent. I figured, hang on, I think I saw him yesterday. But no, I must have been mistaken. Now, I know it was Timo. Timo showed me his...
That's right. Yeah, Timo's just brought it in 200-0.
Yeah, against 2 fire sprays. Okay, now, here, I don't know, I guess IG-88 is probably going to signals loop. Maybe to the right. Try and get behind Anakin a little bit. Lando's in a bad position because Lando doesn't want to be having Rick Ollie chasing him.
Yeah, the dial on those escape shuttles is so poor. I mean, you'd love to do a hard 2 and then barrel in and have a go at either avoiding or blocking Rick Ollie, but you just can't do it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's
Went
going for the
for it
biggest move he
straight.
can to try and
cohibit Rick Ollie's ability.
Yeah.
Inhibit, I should say. Yeah.
Okay. It looks
IG
like he's decided
turns
that the
to
better
the
shot
left.
is at Rick Ollie.
Yeah, well, it's taken time and he's not done much damage on Anakin, so it's probably worth a switch up of strategy and trying to do some damage over there.
Tempting to boost in there, but if Rick has committed to the left, oh yeah, he's gone for it. We'll see if that ends up as a bump. No.
Rick's gone free speed. So in that case, if the maneuvers are equal, does he still get the ability? If they're the equal same speed? Yeah, he does that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That catches people out sometimes because they
Yeah.
think it can't be that good, and it actually is.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still got an arc now he's done the boost. I can see why he did.
I think he does. Anakin gonna
Oh,
free bank to the left and bump against Lando.
well, it turns out that the Senior's Loop would have been the much better move, Simon.
Yeah. So, but he's got. I mean, in Paul's favour. No, sorry. In Ed's favour, he's not receiving any shots this round. He's got a free shot on IG88. He's got a free shot on Lando. Not able to focus on both of them. So Anakin rolls one hit, and IG rolls an evade.
Sorry, I should have shot with Anakin.
Yeah, these ships with a lot of dice, it can turn into a very, very slow and steady game.
Oh no, was that him firing with Rick Ollie instead of he missed his initiative order, and he's firing now with Anakin.
Well, they're both 3 dice, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
All right, next round.
Yeah, they go back to Dars. Oh no. Oh, I think he didn't have arc with Anakin in the end. But it locks up. So we've got like 147 players today,
Yes.
meaning 16 will be going through to day 2 on Sunday on a 5-1 record. What do you think your odds are as far as that's concerned?
Slim, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
I was really here for XTC,
yeah,
and Team England did pretty well. I came into the team really late, and that was definitely a handicap. And I was more keen to do well for Team England. I managed 5 and 5 over the 10 games against some of the toughest teams in the room, so I'm pretty proud of that. And as a team, we made it to 5th, so not as good as last year's victory for England, but we stayed relevant right to the end of the competition, so that was exciting. And at the moment, I'm not sure that my list is that meta competitive. I get really nervous if I see a 4 heavy fighter list.
yeah,
And there's a lot of Kirax about. There's quite a bit of rebel beefy type stuff still.
yeah.
So if I come across 2 of those, I've got problems. And I don't have much of a bid, so there's a real risk against Initiative 5 and 6 aces.
Yeah,
So I'll see how I get on. So far, so good. It depends on the matches.
yeah. So the IG88 moved first. K turned. Used the advanced sensor to take a target lock. And looks like Lando just bumped. Yeah, looks like Lando just stayed where he was.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. Lando sets himself up as a speed bump.
Yeah. Rick Ollie, 3 turns. Gets the free evade.
What does Ollie do?
And boosts forwards to get out of arc more than anything else.
Anakin, 2 forwards.
Anakin going 2 straight.
I think it's the boost barrel coming.
Fine tunes. Barrel
Barrel rolls to the left and boosts to the right. Yeah,
So irritating playing against that manoeuvre.
Yeah,
It's
and
so difficult ever to land an arc on it.
and so yeah, he's out of arc of IG88 again. So once again, Paul's not shooting this round. Anakin fires on IG88, gets 1 hit, 2 blanks.
The red dice
But that's how we're not managed to do any damage today. The 1 evade on the dice. No range from IG to Rick Ollie, and so back to Dials yet again. I wanted to ask you, Bob, playing today on day 1A, was there an option for you playing day 1B or?
Yeah, I could have switched.
Yeah.
Neither day sold out, and today's a little bit smaller than tomorrow. And my thinking was really to sort of get my X-wing out of the way, get it played, go out tonight, have some fun, possibly have quite a late start tomorrow. And if I do make cut, then I'll be fresh for Sunday.
Yeah, of course. Right.
Whereas I didn't want to be going out tonight and playing tomorrow.
Yeah, true.
So that was my thinking. In terms of the competitiveness, I think today is the slightly tougher day.
Yeah.
You've got guys like Ollie Pocknell and Julian Hood, Timo. You know, making the top 16 in this room today is going to be tough.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and yeah, it's having that one loss and 2 losses and out kind of rule makes things very difficult, and a lot of people are gonna be finding themselves in round 4 playing for their lives.
Yes.
Right, because it's such a small pool, makes it a lot more aggressive.
Yes. Yeah, and I quite like the way that MOV is a decider for the faction prizes, because I think that will probably have an impact on best in faction, but isn't a decider for your progression in the tournament. It's a nice combination and a nice way to use MOV. Reward the best players, but actually make people play to win.
Yeah. So IG takes a free bank to the left, and Lando banked slightly to the left as well, calculated. And IG's evaded this time round.
I don't think the target lock is on him, right? I put any kind of target.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
Well, focus of 8. Anakin, hard 1.
Okay. Anakin takes a hard 1 turn to the right. Once again, IG-88 can't escape him. And he's really trying to push that range 1 engagement. He's really trying to put damage through. Last 3 turns, he's failed each time from range 1.
Yeah, force for the target lock. Surely this should really hurt.
Lando passes a focus over.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets the 4 hits. Looks like 2 hits, 2 crits. Gets 3 evades. Stone takes 1 shield.
Still glacial.
What?
Still glacial, the pace of the damage.
Yeah, yeah. So once again, no range from IG-88 to Rick Ole. Yeah, I've seen too many Jedis already this weekend, I think. I saw a lot of them yesterday.
It's a popular list, but it's a very effective one.
Obviously in hyperspace it was a lot more, there's fewer options, so people were playing them a lot more yesterday. But yeah, I'm kind of tired of seeing them already.
I am more of an extended format.
Yeah.
I like getting all my toys on the table, and it's no more complex than that.
Yeah.
It's good to see all the stuff.
In this game it was more, I saw the scum list and I've not seen an IG in a while, so I wanted to try and see that on stream for a bit. It's we've got extended and hyperspace, and there's a lot of bad talk about hyperspace right now of it being like the lesser format. I think it's a question of it's something that's going to really come into its own in about 2 years' time as second edition X-Wing expanded to have a large pool of cards like first edition did towards the end. There was just so many possible combinations that's when hyperspace is going to become a more centralized, a more concentrated format. That means you don't have to worry about everything at the same time, and it's not just like the bell curve kind of gets narrowed a little bit, and so there's not those huge powerful combos.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if we get 2 separate metas, almost 2 separate communities developing for hyperspace and extended, because they potentially could be so different.
There was quite a few people that had kind of like gone hyperspace only.
Yeah.
There are quite a few people that are like, no, I play hyperspace now, and you see a lot of it as well.
Well, we had a fair number of beginners at our club who very specifically said, yeah, we're only interested in playing hyperspace.
Yeah.
We don't want to turn up and see your horrible functions on the other side of the board.
You have just under 15 minutes left in this round. That is 15 minutes remaining in this round.
It's
As
damn
a
noisy.
reminder, you do get your lunch break after this round. Please be back in your seats, ready to play at 2 p.m. this afternoon. That is 1400 hours this afternoon. Thank you.
Right, okay. So Lando kind of crept forward, did the calculate. Anakin now, once again, just taking full advantage of that dial and the repositioning abilities to get himself into a good position against IG-88.
Well, that's almost the price of the shot at Rick Ollie, isn't it?
Yeah.
and Paul is sufficiently far behind that
So
he's
focus,
got to take
hit,
advantage.
2 blanks. Hit and hit. Yeah, 4 hits in the end. Gets 3, takes 1. Once again, very little exchange of damage. And now IG finally gets a chance to fire on Rick Ollie.
Oh, that seems good.
Yeah, 3 hits.
So you only have 2 dice. So
Sorry.
There's a focus and a blank. You tractor beamed him onto the rock, huh?
so you have to roll once.
Takes a hit from the tractor bit from the rock.
Nice.
But it's also put him out of range, so he doesn't get the attack, huh? Wait, what? So he fired with the tractor beam and that didn't do damage at all. It's just the rock that did the damage to him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he took the rock. And in a way, when you are firing at that fully token Rick Ollie, it's tough to get the damage through.
Yeah.
So he's got now the chance of another hit in the next turn coming off the rock.
I mean, I don't know. IG-88's doing well, tanking out the damage here from Anakin. Every single turn, only taking 1 shield and lasting a lot longer than he should have in other situations. And I think really the problem is that Edge just not been able to get both arcs onto IG-88 and really harass him and really get damage through on him. Because otherwise, it's just been a question of IG-88 successfully evading 1 attack from Anakin, and that's it. He needs to get both ships involved in firing.
Okay, this guy. Flies forward.
Well, now that Rick Ollie is actionless, this could turn it right round if it goes well.
So he gets his evade because he completed his manoeuvre, but no other action. The rock, and roll for the rock. That would have disabled. That was stupid.
Ugh.
He's all right this time.
Blank.
So then we did a false sorry. Take the lock.
Target locks on IG-88.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
Thank you.
Spend the lock.
Spends the target lock, rerolls the blank.
Both.
Right, rerolls them both. Blank and a focus, gets 1 more hit. 2 hits and a crit maybe, gets 3 evades. And no damage again.
Yep.
Now, Lando gets the opportunity to fire on Anakin. 2 hits. Gets focus and 2 evades.
This one with iron cannon.
Yep. 3 dice.
There you've got 2 focuses and a blank. Spends the calculate for 1 and evades that as well, Rick Ollie. So yeah, as you said, like it's a glacial level of play. It's going really slow. It's very little exchange of damage between both lists, and they're just kind of creeping their way around the board, looking for getting good positions and getting good shots, but just not able to convert them into damage.
Well, they're in that frustrating zone where however many hits, that's the number of crits, and just nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's not my kind of X-Wing, really.
No.
I want to get stuck in and roll loads of dice and do it against stuff with not many greens.
But yeah,
Actually see the game develop and progress instead of it just being a parade around the board.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the problem. It's basically every time Anakin fires on IG, whatever it is Anakin chucks at him, IG between his calculate tokens and everything else is able to get enough evades out of it to nullify anything that happens. Rick Ollie got lucky in that round, not having to take more damage than he did. Well, he didn't take any, but like it could
But a
have been
decent
worse.
round next time. He's only got 1 more to get half health on IG.
Well, but then we've been seeing this for the last couple of rounds. Since the last 5 rounds have been like, oh, they've got a good position. They you can probably do some damage here, and nothing's happened. So it's kind of more of an uphill struggle more than anything else.
Yeah, yeah, it's a slow game.
Flipping dials. Lando goes free bank to the left.
Yeah, he's
Closing
hoping
in on
Anakin's going to
Anakin.
chase the IG.
Yeah. Calculates.
And he's anticipating Ricole coming around the corner in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, Sky.
And trusting in his tokens.
Is disabled to regen that shield.
Free bank to the left with Rick Ollie and evades. And focuses.
Anakin.
Yeah. It's just there's too many defensive buffs going on here. Anakin with force. Rick Ollie gets the free evade for those fast maneuvers. He also gets the extra die, right, if he went faster on defense as well. Rick Ollie gets the extra die on defense as well as attack, right? So there's just so many defensive buffs happening here. IG88 with the double calculate tokens. 1, 2.
Oh, sorry. Sure.
Spends the focus, I guess. And gets 2 evades, spends 1 for free, nothing happens there. No arc on Rick Ollie. Lando fires on Anakin.
Let's see if the shuttle can pull something off.
2 hits. Anakin rolls. Gets 1 blank and 1 evade. Takes 1 shield, which he'd already regenerated anyway by the R2 Astromech, so I hadn't regenerated it. I don't need to take anything off.
Well, he's running a risk of losing the 2 shields on Anakin, which will put him at half points.
Yeah.
If he carries on with the way this chase is going, although they haven't got long to play.
No, there's only 5 minutes left.
So only a couple of rounds. So if the IG manages to take down Ricole, or actually the 2 shield on Anakin would be pretty swingy, unless of course the IG gives up 1 shield, at which point it all changes.
Yeah. I mean, Paul's got to go do 2 damage on either of Ed's ships, and Ed, for now leading, all he's got to do is get 1 more damage on the IG88, and he's got half points there to kind of widen the gap a little bit further. It's not. For example, let's take a look. If he was to get half points, wrong button. If he was to get half points on Anakin, it puts him ahead by 25 points. But then if he loses half points, it goes up to 20. Right. So it's the last couple of turns, and it's going to be more of an issue than anything. Just trying to get damage to stick through because there's so many defensive buffs on the field.
Yeah, with the calculate and the evade and reasonable rolls
and force and yeah.
And unfortunately, the damage not always going through from the Jedi.
Yeah.
It's really rough.
Sorry.
But past turns don't govern future turns when it comes to the dice.
Okay, so Lando goes 2 straight, slots in behind Anakin Skywalker, takes the double calculate. Evades with IG88 and advanced sensors and signals loops.
Yeah, nice.
Onto the gas cloud.
And Sky.
Oh yeah.
And a free turn to the left with Rick. Right now, this means that he's going to get 2 shots on IG88. With takes the evade for his maneuver.
Doesn't look like Ricole's at range 1. Yeah, he's pushing for it. That's the way.
Yep. Closes into range 1. I think he's still out of arc there. Anakin takes a 1 bank to the left. Probably boosts as well, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just a question of how he does it. I mean, it's they're not going to get another turn in. I don't think they might.
Depends on how quickly they roll the dice. But I mean, obviously, it's to the advantage. He wants to slow play a little bit. He doesn't want to take damage on Anakin Skywalker this turn, though.
Yeah, he's sitting at range 2 with Annie.
I'll get lots.
Is he going to do it? Is he going to go in? I mean, he only needs one more pip for half health. No, he is going in. Okay. Yeah, after those dice rolls, I think he can take a little bit of a risk.
Does he have the option of doing a barrel roll as well? No, right?
No, I think
he'd have to do that after the maneuver.
Yeah, and he would. I'm not sure it would be advantageous anyway.
No, because he wouldn't be. He'd have to move forwards not to go onto the rock, and yeah, he wouldn't take him out of rock.
He's better saying, "I want the half points."
So here we go. Anakin fires in the IG, gets 1, 2, 3 in a focus. 3 hits in a focus.
But he's got to make a decision on his force. No, not spending.
1, 2, 3 evades.
Oh god, this is just going to go on forever. Okay, Ricardo, what's he got?
No, it's
only
not.
2 pictures.
One focus, one crit.
Yeah, finally spends that lot.
Gets 2 blanks.
Yeah.
1 focus and 1 evade. Spends the evade.
Wow.
So IG and Lando have the opportunity to try and do 2 damage on Anakin and try and change the balance of this game. 1 hit, 1 focus. Spends the evade.
This is it.
IG-88, range 1. 1 crit, 1 focus. 1 hit, 1 crit. Re-rolls for 2 and a crit.
This is big.
Got 1 force token, 2
Oh
blanks.
my
Takes 3 damage.
2 shields and a crit.
And a face-up damage card
Direct hit.
for direct hit. 35
Wow.
seconds is my estimation, but that's not exactly an accurate clock.
Not bad, man.
And they've definitely got another round in there because they've got dials in hands. There's an interesting ruling here where if you don't put the dial down on the table, it doesn't count.
I mean, that's not how it's written.
Yeah, I know.
But the great thing is that
happened yesterday.
It's objectively ascertainable,
Yeah.
which is much better because very often
It's a very
it's
similar
at the
thing.
end of the
Yeah.
shooting phase, end phase. No one ever says that. It's not practical.
No,
every
well, what
round.
happens is the question is the tokens, whether or not you've cleaned off the green tokens, right? If you've cleaned off the green tokens, then it means you've finished the end phase.
Yeah.
And then you're in the planning phase already. It happened yesterday. It happened in Malmo as well. There was this thing where the guy, it was Rune Pritzlau was like snatched his dial down at last minute to try and like say, no, we got another round. It's like, I've put the dial down. It was like really rushed through, and it was like, then we'll get one more round, because it was like, for them, it was like the issue was like whether the dial was down the table or not.
Well, that's how it's very often played.
Yeah.
But it leaves people just to slam a dial down and then say, well, I've got a dial down, but I want to change it before I finish the planning phase.
Time on the round. Time on the round.
Last round now. So after this, we're going to get lunch break. We'll be back at 2 p.m. Central European Summer Time,
In the event that
which
you
is
are
in just
already in the
over an
planning
hour.
phase, please complete that round. Thank you. Also, we are now on our lunch break. Please be back in your seats for 2 p.m. this afternoon. That is 2 p.m. this afternoon. Thank you.
He's got to keep Anakin alive, and he's got to do 2 damage. 1 damage on IG-88. But Rick Ollie bumps.
Yeah.
Signals loop?
No, he's stressed. So
No.
no, with the
Yeah. Okay. So that gets him out of arcs. Which means he doesn't have to worry about dying. He's just got to get 1 hit point through on IG-88 to win the game.
And he's at range 1.
Yeah, I'll spend
Double
Stress
checking on the
and
points here.
actions.
Yeah, it'll put him up to
So
120 points over 100.
facing IG.
Yeah,
There he
the
goes.
fine tune
Yeah,
control
get the rock out of the way.
allows me to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, range 1.
Range 1, Anakin on IG-88.
It's not done him as much good as it should have done so far.
No, every single range 1 attack, he's
dear.
got no focus
Spin
token.
the force.
Spends the force for one hit. IG-88 rolls and evades, so no change there.
Spins up.
That's
Okay,
the end of the game, I
the
think.
two-
Oh well, you got Rick Ollie can fire on Lando,
two
but
dice to him. Well played,
unless he gets a god shot. 2 hits, 2 blanks. Rerolls for his ability. Gets 2 evades. Done.
Wow.
Yeah, so interesting end up. Thank you for joining me, Bob.
Not at all.
Good luck with the rest of your games,
Thanks,
okay?
man.
Well played. Well played. I'll fuck that up. Yeah, I just couldn't get one more damage on him. I'd like 3 so I've been watching it for like the last 8 turns coming around here, and you just can't do damage. Nobody can do damage on anybody until you finally got a shot through on Anakin, man. Well done. Fill this out, please, guys.
Cut that table, Mike. Okay, Ed.
Hey.
Nice try.
No, I couldn't get any damage through. His green dice,
Yeah.
and his evades and stuff.
It
Frustrating.
looked like you had it, right?
It
Because
did.
from the very beginning, it was like you had a better position in game. You were controlling the position. You were getting yourself into range 1 of IG-88 for like the last 8 turns, and every single dice roll was just like you were only able to get 1, 2 hits, and he was able to roll 3 evades without any effort. So it was a big deal, but
I messed up at the end though. I shouldn't have put myself in the position that he could have got the shots off of me in that final turn. I should have.
Yeah.
I should have run for time. My mistake.
But I understand why you did it as well, man. It made sense, but it
Yeah.
just didn't work out.
I wasn't
in the end.
expecting it. I thought he was going to go after Rick actually in that last turn, so I was positioning for that, and he came out after Anakin, which looking back at it was the obvious manoeuvre. But it's disappointing, but a really good game.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's only 1 loss though, right?
Only 1 loss,
Yeah.
and list's going well. So as long as I don't make mistakes like that, I should be all right. Hopefully.
4 more games to play.
4 more games.
Okay, well done.
Cheers.
Good luck
Thanks
for the
a lot,
rest of your
Paul.
games. Thank you for
Thanks
joining. Sit down. Okay, well done, Paul.
Thank you.
It was lucky, huh? I bet you didn't think it was going to turn out with you winning in the end.
No,
there was.
I hoped it, of course, but I didn't expect
But
it
it was-
to, because if I have lost one more hull
Yeah.
with the IG, I had to kill the whole Anakin,
Yeah.
and that's undoable.
Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah.
I tried to catch one ship, but they're so fast.
Yeah.
And really, you only have a few times a shot.
And both of you had so much defensive buffs on the board. You had Rick Ollie rolling 1 extra dice as long as he went fast enough with an evade token.
So-
You had you having double calculate on both Lando and IG, and him with the force tokens on Anakin made it very difficult for you to put damage through on him.
Yeah, so I couldn't dodge his attacks
Hmm.
by flying, so because he always would catch me
Yeah.
with Anakin, so I had to take the evade and calculate. But one interesting moment during the game in the beginning, when Anakin was standing short before the board edge,
Yeah.
full, and I shot with the iron cannon
Yeah.
on him. If I could have made damage there,
Yeah.
full Anakin would have flown off the board.
Yeah, true. It came really close. I was like, whoa. I don't know where he's trying to go with it, but anyway, it worked out in the end, and you won at the end of the day. So you're on 2 victories now, going into
victories,
lunch
yes.
break, and you get to see 4 more games, right?
Yeah.
You just got to keep going, win another 3, and you make it to Top Cut tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want to apologize for something. I never corrected this thing.
Okay.
It said hysteric the whole time. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I forgot
Definitely.
about it, and I never come around to doing it.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you very much for appearing on
Thank
stream.
you for the opportunity.
No problem. Good luck for the rest of